Welcome to week whatever. I think it's 4-ish. So today I wanted to go over riffs. Riffs are great because you plug and play, it makes you sound great, and you don't really have to think that much. So, one really common riff that shows up on guitar is barring the first two strings. I'm still going to be in the key of C major. So I'm barring the first two strings at the 3rd fret. So that's what I have here. Now with my ring finger, I'm going to push down on the 5th fret after I play the 2nd string. So it's going to go like this. This is called a hammer-on. Now it takes a little bit of time to get this ring finger to be strong enough to make an audible noise without actually picking it. What I want is... And the important thing is to swing from the big joint. A lot of people try to use the small joint right here, and you're never going to be as strong as using this big joint on your hand. So, and after that, I'm going to use my finger to pick the 1st string, which is, very, very common guitar riff. Alright, so that's one riff. Another one uses pull-offs, which are great. So I have my fingers on that scale position that we learned early on, which is the 7, the 5, and the 2. 7, 5, and the 3. I can count odd numbers. So basically I have 7, I'm going to pick once, and I'm going to pull my pinky off to be able to play on that 5th, and then I'm going to pull on that to play on the 3rd. And the idea is to get so good at that I can kind of do that on repeat. And then do the same thing on the other one. Now that got me thinking, well, if I can do riffs like that, what does it sound like if I try tapping? So, the results are interesting. They create a bit of a texture effect. I don't know if it's necessarily something that I would use within a song, but it does kind of sound cool. So that's kind of the basis that I have here. So using my left hand only to do, and then using the right hand to tap. To create that kind of very needly kind of effect on the uke, which, we all know is a shredding genius's dream instrument, I suppose. But, so those are some techniques that I'm playing around with on that. I suppose you can kind of take any other riff that you know from guitar, at least the ones that are played on the top 4 strings, and use it on the ukulele. So what I'm doing there, I'm sliding from the 3rd, on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, sliding up to the 5th. There we go. Then, with that same pointer finger, then playing the 1st string, 5th fret, and then hammering the 7th. Now, this is one phrase that I spam all the time because I love it, and frankly, it is a bit of a default of mine. I am guilty for overusing it. But, this is the lick. So I have middle finger on the 3rd fret, 1st string. I pull off onto the 2nd fret. Then the middle finger is going to go onto the 3rd fret of the next string, the 2nd string. Then my pointer finger is going to go onto the 2nd fret of the next string. Then my ring finger is going to go on the 4th fret of that same string. And then from there I can kind of use any of the stuff within that scale. Now another cool little thing that also applies from guitar is to take parts of the scale. So I'm going to do 2, 3, 5. then 3, 5, 7. Then 5, 7, 8. Then from there, that would be 7, 8, 10. And that kind of exercise can be done on any string, and I would encourage you to try that out and see if you come up with anything cool. So thank you so much for watching this week. Thank you again to Journey Instruments for providing this beautiful Maranti ukulele. And thank you so much for watching and spending the time liking, sharing, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. And for those who would like to support me even more and get rewarded for it, I have my Patreon channel where you can support me and get different type of rewards for the level of support that you give. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Happy practicing.